Squdge here, welcome back to another Squdge craft video. So today I'm very excited. Today I have a custom order and I want to take you through the process of how I go through a custom order. So I've had the conversation with the lady and she is after a set of 3 letters. Not sure if you can read them backwards, so let's turn them the right way up for a second. So she oh, cats like that. She would like the letters BTS, and she would like them in shades of purple, which obviously I'm really happy about because I do love a purple, and she would like some lights in them. So I've given her a couple of options because I have some rainbow lights. So we've got pink, orange, green, blue. I have some yellow based lights and I have some white based lights. Now I have explained to her the white lights are least likely to change the colour of purple. The yellow lights might adapt the colour slightly, and obviously the rainbow lights will change it. Different colours in different areas. So it's all kind of down to what she wants. I'm waiting for her to get back to me. But while I'm waiting, we can start the first level. So I'm just going to put these together so that I know all of my rainbow lights are together. And then I want all my yellow lighting to be together so that when she decides which colour she would like, we can just pick up the correct pack of 3, as it were. So I've arranged 3 packs. There's going to be 1 set of lights in each letter. Now the B and the T will be fine to stand independently. The S I will just need to sand ever so slightly along the bottom just to get a nice flat edge. How is there a cat fur? I swear they like embed themselves in my clothes. Okay, so we are going to do some shades of purple. Obviously that is something that I adore. So in my purples, we have a few options. So we have a violet blue, a violet, a plum red, a purple, yeah, that's probably the best. Yeah, the pink is very pink. Now, those colours, without the plum red, these 3 colours here actually are the colours in this stand. So they are beautiful colours as they are, and they are just they're just gorgeous colours. Obviously I'm slightly biased because, well, I love purple. You know me, I love purple. So these are my translucent colours. And I do also have this gorgeous transparent violet from Resin 8. So those are the colours that I'm going to be using. So I've got 5 there. And what we're going to do is she just wants shades of purple. So the first step that we are going to do, we're going to do a very thin layer on the bottom, because you want a layer that is going to ensure the front is smooth and clear and bubble free. So there's going to be no lights in it, nothing to interfere with it. And we're going to do that with the violet colour here. We're going to do a very, very pale purple, so it's still going to show up as purple. It's going to be very, very light colour, and I'm just going to do a very thin layer along the bottom. Then we'll be able to come back in, do our next layer where we start arranging our lights in, and then we'll build up in sets from there. So first layer, clear with nothing. Second layer is going to be another thin layer, but that is where we're going to attach the lights in. So we're going to start fitting lights around the letters, and we need to have a think when we do the letters of where the light switch is going to go. Now on the T, it's obviously going to come out of the bottom here. With the S, do we want it coming out of the front, out of the back? Same with the B, the front, the back. I personally, on the B, will do this sort of bottom corner here. The S, I'm going to have to kind of finish it in the middle, because this is going to be sanded flat on the bottom. You don't want to go too close to either corner in case you end up having to sand and then you reveal a light or a wire and then it all goes haywire. So that's the plan. That is what we're going to do. We're going to pour some in. Now, there's a little bit of a dent in this mould. I'm just going to fold it out for a second, just where it's been in its bag. It has obviously been bent ever so slightly. There we go, that's already looking better. The resin will also pour it out ever so slightly. Okay, let's get started then. So for today, we're going to use the violet as our base colour, so we'll pop those out of the way. We're going to use a little touch of the violet. I'm just going to do a thin layer. I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, hope you don't mind the new intro being in the middle. I'm trying out a few different things. So as you can see, I've mixed my resin with this beautiful violet colour. So pretty. Yeah, I thought I'd leave in my Darth Vader breathing just so you can really tell I've got my respirator on. I love watching things being mixed into resin. This is slightly sped up. I do just find it so relaxing. Anyway, so what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to pour a very thin layer just to coat the bottom of each letter, just so we've got a nice smooth front with no bubbles, no interference. Next, I've mixed up my resin. This is about 12 hours later, and I'm going to use the purple from Resin 8, which is this stunningly dark, beautiful purple colour, and then a tiny bit of the purple from my own set. As you can see, they're both slightly different colours to that original purple. Then I'm going to manipulate my lights. So they come in one very long string, which you can see here. I'll turn the lights on. You can see it's such a long string. So what I do is I fold it in half, and then I twist the wires together. So then we've got one long thread. Then I fold it in half again and twist the wires around each other. So as you can see, I know it's ever so slightly off camera. Each letter, it's because there's letters on the screen. Each piece is being twisted around each light bulb. There we go. And when I fold it, you can see that I actually try and place the bulbs in between each other. So we've got almost like a regular pattern of bulbs. I don't line it up so there's two light bulbs next to each other. So there you go. I've put them near. I'm twisting it, but I'm trying to split them so they are in between each light bulb. Once I've got them all twisted down to about a quarter, I fold it in half and then just fit it into the mould as it fits best. You have to manipulate each letter because obviously each letter flows in a different direction and looks better with certain lights in certain places. You also need to allow for that end of the lights to come out where you want, which is I wanted down at the bottom. Once that's done, I'm just going to randomly pour these two different purples in different places. Again, we are just trying to make this a mishmash of different purples as requested. This layer will only fill the mould about halfway to kind of partly secure those lights in. Final go round, I have these three beautiful shades of purple, and as you can see, I'm just putting some at the top, some at the bottom, some in the middle, and just putting them in together. Once I've got enough left, I've mixed them all into one cup to get a sort of mid shade, and that's just going to go over and fill in any gaps, make sure the moulds are filled right up to the top. I am in love with how these purples are looking. No big surprise there. So yeah, then we're going to leave this to cure for another 24 hours, 12 to 24, depends on when you're ready to do the next layer. So the final layer, I've got two of the colours. I'm just going to do a lighter and a darker, just as kind of a background
background. Again, I've just left it in the mixing just because I think it's so pretty. I love watching the resin change from clear to the colour. So I started off with 4 drops of each, then I went to 8 drops, just so you've got an idea of how many are going in. Yes, I am slightly distracted by watching my own mixing. So yeah, once I've mixed up these 2 colours, they are just going to go over the top. Again, remember that I popped my bubbles in the mixing cups, so I don't have to take my big torch to my moulds, because that can destroy your moulds. You can use a heat gun on your moulds, but don't ever use a flame where possible, because it can cause problems. I just popped my finger in there just to ensure that all of the wires are below the surface, and then we're done. We're good to go.
Okay, we are back to demold these beauties. Before I do, I just need to ask you, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. Your support means the absolute world to me. And there will be a giveaway coming up soon. Speaking of giveaways, I'm also going to be doing a giveaway on my Twitch on the 1st of September. So if you want to get over there now and find out what that's all about, then I'll put the link in the description. It's basically very similar to YouTube, just it's a different place for it. So yeah, let's get started. We'll open them in order. So we have our bee. I'll pop the lights on quickly just so you can see the lights in the mould. Okay, and then we will gently pull away from the edge. Pretty. Oh, you can see the different types of purple as well, which I'm so pleased about. So that was the whole thing, was can we have different types of purple, different shades, different everything. So we just got to, there you go, break the vacuum. Because if I just pull this one out, as you can see, it doesn't go anywhere because there's a vacuum sealed. So you have to sort of break that vacuum at either end. So now you can see slightly through it, and then you just pop out nice and neat like so. Mould is perfect as expected, and here, I love it. I absolutely love it. So if I turn the lights on, I mean you can see the 3 shades really. We've got this very, try and hold it somewhere I'm not blocking it. It's very sort of bright lilac-y pink here. We've got a sort of darker lilac, and then we've got this almost sort of really strong purple just in the middle, which is beautiful. In fact, I'm going to leave the lights until the end. I'm going to leave the lights. Okay, let's do the next one, which is the T for our BTS. So are you guys BTS fans? Do I have any BTS fans in the house? I know for a while my odd child was. That was a good couple of years ago. I don't know how they're, if they are still popular, or if they're popular with a different group of people nowadays. I'm not down with the kids, as they say. Okay, let's pop our mould back into place. Again, mould's in good condition. So here is our tea. Now there is a slight dip on one side of this tea, which I think is, it is, yeah. So the wire has just caught on the side of the mould, which has forced it to come in a bit. So I can actually see the mark on the mould itself. So all I will do is I will just make a little barrier and just pour a little bit of resin in there just to flatten it, so that it looks flat. So for this one, we've got sort of quite the sort of darker bluey purple in the centre, and then down this side, across and up in this corner, we've got the different purples. Excellent. Let's stand up the tea. As you can see, they do stand up absolutely beautifully independently. The S is the only one that will need a little work to stand up independently, because obviously it is a curved bottom. Honestly, I'm not a 5-year-old minion. Well, maybe I am. I mean, who knows? You've never seen... No, that's a lie. I was going to say, you've never seen my face. That's a lie. What I will say, though, while I'm just doing this... Sorry, I just need to pick these little bits off before I demold it. Otherwise, they flick off and then you can't find them. Which is annoying to clean up. Okay. So, yes, the other thing I'm going to say is my YouTube channel is going to be changing slightly. So, if you can keep your eye out for the changes and let me know what you think when they come, I would really, really appreciate that. Okay, let's pop out the... Again, we need to just break the seal. Just break the seal a bit. And then we can pull out the S. Wow, it's raining very heavily. Apologies if you can hear the rain. Okay, and then this side is just popping out as well. Put the S back in position. Okay, and here's our S. So this again is such a pretty one. You can tell if I have this corner. So we've got a lightest, try and get it out there. A light purple here, and we've got quite a dark purple on the outer edge here, and then this gorgeous light lilac. Oh, so pretty. And so if I stand that, as you can see, it does rock ever so slightly. Oh, we don't want it to fall over like that. So all I'm going to do, and I will show it on video, I'm just going to very gently sand along the bottom until we just get sort of just probably with something about this large. So I'm just going to sand like that, just so it's got a flat enough bottom to stand up like so on its own next to the other letters. Okay. There is the BTS, and I will just turn the lights down a bit. Oh, look at that! So pretty, and it really shows up the different shades of the purple. That looks very pink on camera, but it's actually quite lilac. There you go, you can see where you've got the sort of like swirls of each colour. And then the S. You also get different colours on the side, which is quite cute. But I like this, you've got darker here, and then a nice light section up top. So pretty. So pretty. I love them. I kind of don't want to part with them, but they're there for an order, so I do have to. Yeah, I think they're beautiful. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill in this little dip. I'm just going to put some clear resin. I'm not going to colour it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of resin in there to just straighten that out. The rest are all beautifully done. And then I'm just going to do a tiny bit of sanding on the bottom. And then I can show you those finished pieces. And then, oh, the rain. Then I'll be packaged up to go away. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So, B, perfect as it was. As I said, I did a slight sand around all of these inner edges just to make sure there's absolutely nothing sharp there. But the B was as we left it. Now comes the interesting parts. So the T, I again did all the back edges, nothing is sharp there, nothing's going to hurt anybody. Everything was fine except for this side, which had a bit of a dip in it, but now is perfectly smooth. I can run my finger along, there's no dip, there's nothing, it's really pretty. You can kind of see on the back, this is a very straight line, this has got an ever so slight dip to it, but this side isn't really noticeable. This side you could, if you really close your eyes and feel, you can feel there is something, but this side there was an actual dent. So we fixed that, literally just poured in a layer of resin, let that cure. And then for the S, for our oh so wibbly wobbly, can't stand up on its own S, along the bottom I'll try and catch it in the light. I'll bring a light over. Can you see that? extra shiny section from here to here. Don't know if that is showing up on camera or not, but from here, from here to here between my thumbs, I sanded straight down to get a nice flat edge. It's not super flat, it's not gone from a curve to a straight edge. It still looks as though it's part of that curve, but it is definitely flatter. What I then did was, when I mixed up the resin to do this, I literally, with my finger, obviously in a glove, not touching resin with bare fingers, just with my gloved finger, just rubbed on a tiny bit of the resin, because when you sand it, it goes matte, and you didn't want it to look matte. But now it looks shiny, but it also stands on its own. Boogie turn. So now we have the S that stands on its own, the T that stands on its own, and B that stands on its own. Let me lay them out for you. Okay, what I'll do, I'll add a picture of them in the dark on a shelf, and then they will get packaged off and sent to the lovely, lovely lady. Keep your eyes peeled, you may see these in another video soon. They may show up as a quick cameo in another video, if you keep your eyes peeled. But that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me. I will show videos of these all wrapped up on my Instagram at some point in the coming week. And I will speak to you guys soon. Keep crafting. Bye.